Welcome to CinePreviewHub, your go-to destination for exciting movie recaps. The story begins in the dark and bustling streets of New York City, where chaos blends with neon lights. In the midst of this urban maze, a man is engaged in a relentless pursuit, his eyes focused, his determination unwavering. He is following a black car driven by a Russian crime lord, someone who has taken something precious from him. The man's driving is precise, weaving through traffic with expert maneuvering, his face marked by scars of past battles. The car chase escalates, turning into a dangerous dance through narrow alleys and busy intersections. The man manages to corner the Russian's car, forcing it to crash into a wall. He steps out, his movements calculated and swift, as he approaches the vehicle. The Russian's guards try to intervene, but the man's combat skills are unmatched. With quick, powerful strikes, he takes down each attacker, his face expressionless yet focused. The Russian crime lord watches in fear as the man opens the car's trunk, finding his own damaged car inside, a symbolic memory of his past, tied to his late wife. For the man, this car is not just a vehicle but a piece of his lost love, and retrieving it is a matter of honor. Despite the visible damage, he starts the car and drives back home, determined to restore it. At his secluded home, the man tries to find solace. He begins repairing the car, each tool he picks up echoing memories of his peaceful days before tragedy struck. Just as he starts to settle into this fragile peace, an unexpected visitor arrives, Santino, a figure from the man's past. Santino is not just any acquaintance, he is a member of the High Table, an elite organization that rules the criminal underworld. Santino presents the man with a marker, a blood oath that represents an unbreakable promise made years ago. The man knows the rules of the High Table and understands the gravity of this marker. However, he is reluctant to fulfill it, as he has left that life behind, wanting nothing more than to live in peace. Santino warns him that breaking the oath is impossible, as it is bound by the strictest rules of their world. Despite the warning, the man refuses to honor the marker. Angered by the refusal, Santino leaves but not before issuing a final threat. The next night, as the man tries to sleep, his home is suddenly engulfed in flames. Santino's men have set it on fire, destroying everything the man had left, including the memories of his wife. Standing in front of the burning ruins, the man's face is filled with a mixture of rage and resolve. He knows he has no choice but to fulfill the marker. He meets with Santino, who reveals the target, Gianna, his sister, who holds a seat at the High Table. Santino wants her eliminated so that he can take her place, solidifying his power. The man reluctantly agrees, knowing the consequences of refusing again would be far worse. The man travels to Rome, where Gianna is holding a grand celebration. The venue is filled with lavish decorations, well-dressed guests, and a sense of opulence. As the man walks through the halls, he encounters old faces from his past, some allies, others foes, each recognizing the legendary assassin who has returned. The tension in the air is palpable, as whispers spread quickly about the man's mission. He finally finds Gianna in her private quarters. A brief conversation follows, filled with regret and understanding. Gianna knows why he is there and chooses to end her own life, aware that resisting would be futile. As she passes away, her loyal bodyguard Cassian enters, witnessing the aftermath. A fierce battle erupts between the two, as Cassian vows revenge for Gianna's death. The fight between the man and Cassian intensifies, moving from the private chambers to the crowded halls of the Roman venue. Their combat skills are evenly matched, with each strike and counter revealing years of training and experience. As the battle spills onto the streets, the man uses his environment to his advantage, employing a mix of hand-to-hand combat and gunplay. Cassian proves to be a formidable opponent, blocking attacks with precision and retaliating with lethal intent. The man barely manages to gain the upper hand, leaving Cassian injured but alive. The man quickly realizes that Santino has already set a trap. A massive bounty has been placed on his head, making him the prime target for every assassin in Rome. As he makes his way through the city, he encounters multiple assassins, each more ruthless than the last. The man's instincts guide him as he evades, counters, and eliminates each threat, his movements fluid and deadly. He finally manages to escape Rome and return to New York, but the danger has only increased. Santino's bounty has now spread across the globe, making the man the most wanted target in the underworld. He seeks refuge at the Continental, hoping to strategize his next move. Winston, the hotel manager, greets him with a mix of respect and concern. Winston reminds the man of the rules: no business can be conducted on Continental grounds. The man, exhausted but determined, explains Santino's betrayal. Winston warns him that challenging the high table will lead to war, but he understands the man's need for vengeance. Realizing he needs information to find Santino, the man contacts the Bowery King, a powerful figure who controls an underground network of spies and informants. The Bowery King, intrigued by the man's resolve, agrees to help, revealing Santino's location, an art gallery that serves as his hideout. The Bowery King also warns the man that storming the gallery will be nearly impossible due to heavy security. The man prepares for the assault, gathering weapons and supplies. As he enters the art gallery, he moves stealthily, taking down guards one by one. The sound of gunfire echoes through the corridors, but the man remains focused, his mind set on reaching Santino. He finally corners Santino, who tries to negotiate, offering wealth and protection. However, the man's rage is fueled by betrayal, and he refuses to compromise. Santino flees to the Continental, believing that its rules will protect him. Inside the Continental, Santino assumes he is safe, confidently taking a seat at a luxurious table in the hotel's restaurant. He orders a meal, acting as if nothing has happened, believing that the rules will shield him from harm. The man arrives shortly after, his expression filled with rage and determination. Winston, the hotel's manager, steps forward to remind the man of the rules: no bloodshed is allowed within the confines of the Continental. Santino smirks, taunting the man with his supposed invincibility within the hotel's walls. He believes that he has outmaneuvered the man, using the one rule that cannot be broken. But the man's resolve is beyond breaking. Driven by a sense of betrayal and a desire for justice, he takes a moment to weigh the consequences of his next action. With a steely gaze, he raises his gun and fires, killing Santino on the spot. The sound of the gunshot reverberates through the opulent room, shocking everyone present. Winston, though understanding of the man's motive, knows that the rules have been broken. The man stands silent, knowing the gravity of his actions. Winston approaches him and explains that he has now become excommunicado, stripped of all privileges, access, and protection offered by the underworld's network. The man is granted a 1-hour head start before the bounty becomes active. He understands the magnitude of what is coming. Every assassin in the world will be gunning for him. Winston gives him a brief moment of respite, acknowledging the bond they once shared. As the man leaves the Continental, Winston makes a call, officially initiating the bounty that would turn the entire underworld against the man. The streets of New York become a ticking time bomb, with every eye watching the man's movements. He walks briskly, knowing that time is running out. His instincts sharpen as he prepares for the inevitable showdown. He moves through dark alleys and crowded streets, knowing that he must remain alert to survive. The city's neon lights cast shadows on the man's face, reflecting the turbulent emotions within him. He pauses for a brief moment, recalling the events that led him here, from losing his wife to being forced back into the life he tried to leave behind. The man clenches his fists, his determination growing stronger. He knows that the upcoming battles will be unlike any he has faced before, but he is ready. As the 1-hour grace period comes to an end, the man finds himself in a deserted park. He takes a deep breath, adjusting his weapons and preparing for the hunt that is about to begin. The darkness around him is pierced by the sound of approaching footsteps, signaling the arrival of the first wave of assassins. The man's expression hardens, knowing that the fight for his life has officially begun. As the bounty becomes active, every assassin in the city receives the notification. The hunt for the man is now underway, with millions of dollars on the line. The underworld's most skilled operatives prepare for the chase, each eager to claim the prize. The man, fully aware of what's coming, takes a deep breath and moves forward. His steps are calculated, his eyes scanning every direction for potential threats. The first group of attackers emerges from the shadows, guns drawn and ready to kill. The man reacts swiftly, using his combat skills to disarm and eliminate them with precision. The battle is relentless, but the man's focus remains sharp. He moves through the city like a ghost, using his environment to his advantage. The streets become a battlefield, with gunfire echoing in the distance. Meanwhile, Winston watches the events unfold from the Continental. He understands that the man's journey is not just about survival but a fight for redemption. Despite the rules he must uphold, Winston quietly hopes that the man will find a way to endure the seemingly impossible odds. The man continues to evade attackers, moving from one neighborhood to another, each fight leaving him more exhausted yet determined. His body bears the marks of battle, but his spirit remains unbroken. He recalls the moments that brought him to this point, feeling a sense of resolve that fuels his actions. The film adaptation of this intense tale was lauded for its breathtaking action sequences, choreographed to perfection. The lead actor's portrayal of a grieving yet determined warrior resonated with audiences, capturing the character's pain, loss, and unwavering resolve. Critics praised the film's direction, with its blend of stunning visuals, fast-paced combat, and emotional depth. With an IMDb rating of 7.5, the movie was well received, earning accolades for its action and story progression. It expanded the underworld's lore, delving deeper into the strict codes that govern assassins. The film is available on major streaming platforms, including Netflix, Amazon Prime Video, and Hulu. Viewers can watch it directly on Netflix, rent or purchase it on Amazon Prime Video, or stream it on Hulu. The man's journey is a tale of resilience, loyalty, and a quest for personal justice. It serves as a reminder that even in a world ruled by rules and violence, honor and love can be powerful motivators. Guess the movie in comment section. Thanks for watching. We hope you enjoyed this video. Please show your support by liking, subscribing, and commenting below. Stay tuned for more thrilling content from CinePreviewHub.